Last video, we tackled the rotten wood support stringers underneath our battery box in our bilge area. Did some grinding, and fiberglassing, and painting, and built a new battery box platform before putting it all back together. This video, we go into replacing 3 of our main bilge pumps. The smaller electric one that kicks on first, the bigger mamma jamma that I hope to never really hear except for testing, and also our manual style Guzzler bilge pump, which we didn't replace, just rebuilt it. So here we go. It is now the beginning of March 2023. We now have our bilge all cleaned out, painted, ready to go, and we have our makeshift battery box that's going to be going here up to about this point right here. I am trying to install our 2 electric bilge pumps, trying to figure out how I'm going to wire these hoses. They'll fit right here, but as soon as I put these hoses on here, I'm having a feeling I'm going to run into problems, and I'm trying to keep them here and not underneath of the batteries or underneath of the starting battery. But I'm going to find out really quick that I'm not going to have enough room to run this 1.5 inch hose, so I have a feeling that this main bilge pump right here might be going right there underneath our batteries, and this is the access I will have. I will be able to not really do a whole lot with it without taking the batteries, but that's my backup plan right now. So working on ripping out these old hoses out of here. Originally there were these big PVC check valves. Due to popular opinion, check valves are a no-no. Those hoses will go up here. There are loops here before they go out on the side. I am going to install vent loops here. So instead of having check valves here, they're just going to have vent loops before they go back out. So that's the plan. Rip out all of these. So one at a time, the hoses came out. This one was for our manual bilge pump. Don't think that would have done us much good. 30-year-old hoses, out. Rule number 1, nothing is easy. I snapped one of the screws, and I don't really want to have to put extra holes in the boat. I got super lucky and was able to get some vice grips on that screw and pull it back out. We've only had one easy job that I can remember recently. Here it is. I don't remember what I set that up for. Back to the video. Alright, for the bilge pump switches, I'm going to have these right next to each other. I'm going to have one of these flat on the bottom, and it takes up until right about there for it to turn on, and then it will turn off there. So that's going to be the secondary big bilge pump. The first bilge pump I'm going to put at an angle. I just took a little piece of ABS plastic and I'm doing something like this right here just to give it an angle so that it kicks on faster. So this will be our small bilge pump. It'll turn on there, it'll turn off there, and still has a little bit of room so it doesn't get caught up and not shut off. So our small bilge pump will turn on first, and if there's more water, the bigger bilge pump will turn on as well. Now I've done a lot of wiring in boats and cars and stuff, but it took me about 6 times of cutting and redoing this, remembering where to put the shrink and trying to do this so it's just one continuous loop between the lines coming in from the bilge switch and the lines going to the bilge pump and the lines going to the float switch. So now the question is, will the shrink fit over everything, and will it overlap? So I have heat shrink connectors. It's about 1 inch. I basically figured if I used heat shrink connectors and put heat shrink on top of it, that should do the trick. While I'm right in the middle of getting these bilge pumps tightened up, these hose clamps that are all going to be low, I did get all 316 stainless ideal hose clamps for these ones, so even the screw is stainless. None of it's magnetic magnetic at all. Hey, Maisie, you fit down there pretty well. Tell everybody what you're doing. No, you're just serious into your work. Alright. It's okay. If you don't tighten it up enough, we'll only sink a little bit. Thank you for the help. So we got both float switches and both pumps mounted, finished up the wiring, and moved on to the next thing. Before I put this battery box in here, I figured it'd be a good time to redo my ground connections that go through the boat. I cleaned up this flange on one of the keel bolts, and I redid all of the brake terminals and put heat shrink on the ends, because that's what used to be there. Kinda cruddy. And compared to how this used to look, I would say it's pretty much night and day different. What is that you're standing on?
Battery. Because I'm too short to work in small spaces.
Short people problems. What you doing in there?
Putting these clamps on. Are you putting it so it doesn't go?
You're doing an excellent job.
Is it backwards? We're just doing one on each, right?
Maybe. Should be two. Well, here's our Guzzler 500 manual bilge pump. I bought a rebuild kit for it, and we started taking it apart and cleaning it up. I probably spent about $20 or $30 on the rebuild kit, and little did I know that I was going to end up spending an extra $40 or $50 on 316 stainless nuts and bolts and washers for this project. I probably could have just bought a new one for not too much more, but then what would you be watching right now? Alright, don't think about that too much. We're almost done with the video. Just got to test it out and put it in. This right here, we're going to test our pump out. Ready? We're going to pretend like this is in the boat. I guess there's another hose that needs to be replaced here too. I'd say it's working. Alright, nice.
It's throwing up.
It's throwing up?
Right.
Alright, so here's our manual bilge pump that we're putting in here. This is where you access it. Basically, this is going to be on the inside, and that little knobby right there.
Pokies out.
This pushes in, and then you can pump it that way.
Jingle jangle.
So, we already got the hoses in here pretty much. We just have to put this thing back in here somehow. I trust you.
Don't. Ask my dad about that. I break things all the time. I don't know. Oh, my sunglasses. Don't break the new sunglasses. The exhaust is in the way. And it will snap if I try to push it through the hole.
Okay.
Just so you are aware of that.
So, this side?
Show that side.
Oh,
How'd you get it out?
I don't know. I pulled it out. Nothing's easy.
Probably why you broke it.
That probably is why I broke it.
What's this hose? That needs replaced. It's cute.
I have it.
Like magic. Excuse me. Just the sprinkles. Let me test it. Oh my gosh. Oh. Doing boat stuff. First we need lubricant, which would be Meyer's peppermint dish soap. You get some on your lips. And you're gonna get this too. Rub it all around.
Don't forget the Guzzler.
Whatever the Guzzler is. Oh, that's the Guzzler. Now it's really lubed up and I can't grab it. Eh. Oh, I gotta get my hose clamp. She fell. Come back to me.
This is so
Shove it back in the freaking hole.
I'm refraining from
Ah, I got it.
refraining from talking at all right now.
Got it. I got it on. Where's my tool? Then you want to put your hose clamp on. You tighten it down. And the Guzzler is complete.
Nice.
Other than we gotta tighten these
Oh yeah, we
things.
got that.
Let's try it out. Let's see if it makes noise. Pull up. Ooh. Just stick this thing in the hole. It goes that way.
There you go. Now we have a manual bilge pump. I don't know, there's no water in the bilge. Yes, I tested it at home, so.
The end.
Nice. Okay, take it. Alright, thanks for watching the bilge pump video. I hope you enjoyed it. I believe we're going to get into the inverter charger, wiring, fuses, and all that in the next video. So stay tuned as we go on a little road trip, and we'll give you a little side story on just how we picked up this bad boy right here. Alright y'all, we'll see you in the next one.